What's up, everybody? We're back. Yep, we're back again here at the Fryar Place where the conversations are fire. I am Irving Fryar, the host here. You see it right here on my chest. Bam! The Fryar Place. Yeah. Last week, I think we just kind of signed off last week. We had some technical difficulties last week. We had Armand Green on, and in the middle of the show, I believe everything started freezing up. Man, it was just a mess. So I decided to shut it down. Yep, shut it down and just delete that half of show and, come on back with it this week. We don't have Armand on this week. We'll have Armand on next week. But we do have a special guest for us today. But, my stuff has been working crazy, or not actually working the way I wanted to work. I've been messing with my studio for the last, 2 hours trying to get everything to work right. So if things go whack today, y'all pray that things just don't go whack today. Every time they make a new update with the software on these Mac computers, it always sends everything askew, and things start getting out of whack. So y'all pray for us today that things stay organized and stay connected and stay moving in the right direction. Good to see everybody. Y'all come on in the house. I see you, Richard, in the house. I don't have my count. Okay, my count says 7 right now, but I only see 2 of you on there. My count is real small. The letters are small. See, that's one of the updates they made. It made the letters and the numbers and the words and all that kind of stuff in my stream deck. It made it real small, so now I can't see it. But anyway, y'all, Kiki, what's going on? Good to see you. Kiki, thank you for your support on Tuesday night at the Players Show with the Green Legion at Live Casino in Philadelphia. Daryl, what's going on? Carolina, he says, I'm in the house. Daryl, listen, I see that you're on Facebook. You're on my personal Facebook page. And I go live on my personal Facebook page for a reason, and that is to get you to go over to YouTube and search the Fryar Place, Fryar. You know what it is. Search the Fryar Place and subscribe to the Fryar Place. I just made my earpiece go out. So yeah, Daryl, if you can, please go over to the Fryar Place. Go over to YouTube, search the Fryar Place. That's Fryar, and subscribe. It's a clearer. He goes, I'll go to YouTube. There you go, bro. And then when you do, hit me up on YouTube, and I can see that you're on YouTube. It's 4K on YouTube. It's a better picture. It's better sound in YouTube, on YouTube. It's just a better presentation. So that's what we want you to do. What's up, mama? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. I think it says 10 people right now who have logged in, who are watching. God bless all of y'all. Come on in the room. Listen, please don't forget, we're on iHeartRadio. Yep, you go to iHeartRadio. You may not be able to watch us live. Stephanie Heath. Stephanie Heath? Stephanie, what's up? My gosh. Old friends. Not old. She's not old. I'm old. She's young. Just we haven't talked and haven't seen each other in a while. What's going on, Stephanie? How are you? God bless you. All of you who are watching right now, I want you to hold on and listen to this conversation today, because the guest we have, I'm not going to bring him in yet. I need to do all of my advertisements first. But the guest I have today, though he may not be a famous people, we got to stop that too. Famous people and everything they say, we hang on it to every word. No, we just regular old folk. He and I, regular old folk, went to college together, regular old folk. But this cat has been through some stuff. I've been through some stuff. And the knowledge that he spews, that comes from his lips because of his experiences in his life, y'all will benefit any and everybody. Any and everybody. So we got to stop hanging on to the words of famous folk just because they're famous. Like they know everything. They don't know everything. Matter of fact, most famous people, yeah, they have issues and they have challenges, so on and so forth. But they live in a fantasy world because they got a lot of money and they live in big houses and drive the nicest cars and wear the fanciest clothes. That's not reality. I found that out myself. Yes, I found that out to be true. That's not how most people live. So just because they live at a different level than the regular folk, the common folk like us, yeah, I'm a common folk now, that doesn't mean what they say is gold. It doesn't mean what they say is how life is. No, because they've never, for the most part, they haven't been where most people are. So let's hear the wisdom of a true human warrior today. But iHeartRadio, I'm sorry, iHeartRadio. Stephanie, good to see you. Yeah, iHeartRadio. You can go to iHeartRadio, download the app on your mobile device, tablet, phone, whatever, computer. I don't think you can do it on your computer. But anyway, search the Fryar Place in the iHeartRadio app. Open it up, and we're right there. You can listen to us. You may not be able to watch us live. You may not be able to watch us after this this episode has been posted, but you can listen to the Fryar Place where the conversations are fire. You can listen to us on iHeartRadio. All right. Please don't forget we have merch. You see it right there. Right there. Press and Sew, PRESS, the letter N, then SOW.com/TFP. You go there. Fryar Place, the Fryar Place merchandise, hats, T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. Yes, we got it all. We got cups, glasses, that all that kind of stuff. All you have to do is order it. Every time you order something, the proceeds go to, I don't get any of it. The proceeds go to charity. All right. But we have merchandise. Yep. That's the shirt that you see right now on my chest. Y'all like that? Let me show you. You can get that at the Fryar Place. Press and Sew. Yep. pressandsew.com. There it is again. pressandsew.com/TFP. So I'm going to bring y'all, I'm going to stop wasting all this time. I'm going to bring my guest in for today. This young man, actually, I went to college with him. He was actually my first guest here at the Fryar Place. I'm trying to get my camera to focus. There you go, camera. He was my first guest. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bring him in. Come on in, V. Clyde. There's V. Clyde right there. Come on in, V. His name is Ricky C. Simmons. He's Ricky C. Simmons, but I call him V. Clyde Simmons. Yeah.
Absolutely. What's going on, Pastor Spurs?
Hey, man, just another, like you say, just another day in paradise.
Every day you blessed to see.
So we're going to get into a conversation, but I wanted to say this to you, Ricky, because you were, Daryl, what's going on? Man, I truly appreciate your ministry and these combos. I played the organ for you at the funeral at CCU some time ago. Well, Daryl, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you supporting. I do. I really do. It means a lot to me. It's 12 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. We've been doing this for a little bit over a year now. And those who come in and communicate with us and post with us and throw something in the comments live, it means a whole lot. We get a lot done. And if you do, those of you who are watching right now, if you have any questions as we continue this conversations for Ricky or for myself, just please throw a Q up, then a semicolon. That way I know it's a question, and then write your question and we'll throw it up here in a little bit and we'll address it. But I wanted to say this to you, Rick, because the Lord put this in my spirit today. You were my first guest. You helped me to start the Fryar Place. I called you, didn't hesitate. and you came on, and now, our goal was to have 1,000 subscribers in a year. We didn't reach that goal on July 2nd, 2022, but shortly thereafter we did. We reached it maybe a couple of months later, and now we have 2,400 subscribers. Yeah, 2.44.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we got 2,400 subscribers. And on the 2nd of July, we celebrated 1 year, but I didn't have you on. So I'm bringing you back now, and this is my promise to you, and this is my promise to everybody who's watching and who has supported the Fryar Place. Every year, the first week of July from now on, and one of the reasons, because this man's getting ready to go he's on his way to some big places. We need to keep track of him. Every year, the first Friday of July, we're bringing Ricky C. Simmons is going to be our guest. He's going to be our honorary guest. Every year we celebrate another year of the Fryar Place being in existence, because I just truly do. Yeah, I truly do appreciate you, man. We started off good. That's why we're still running strong, because the first episode was absolutely marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Now, for those of you who are watching, you see my man here. He's got something going on right now. He's got a documentary that he just finished. I want to show you a clip, not a clip. What do they call it, Ricky? A teaser, a trailer, teaser. I want to show you a trailer of from the documentary. Then we can get into a conversation with Ricky. Robert, what's going on? Is that your boy, Rick?
No, Randy.
Randy. Okay, well, I'll look for Randy when Randy comes on. Randy, if you're listening, please holla. Let me know it's you. My mom's on, Rick. V. Clyde, mom's on watching. Mom comes on every week.
Hey, Mom, how you doing?
That's Robert Bevins. What's going on? How you doing, bro? Thanks for being with us today, Robert. Yeah. But y'all, listen, I want you to see this. I'm in it too. I'm a part of this. But I'm a big part of this, man. Come on, give yourself some credit.
I can't thank you enough for being a part of it.
Listen, I'm a part of it because just like you, we were nuts.
Absolutely.
We were out of control. That's why I'm a part of it, because I'm a witness to all that foolishness that was going on. Oh, Lord, some years ago. Wanda, what's going on? Good to see you. But y'all, listen, watch this trailer, okay? And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk to Ricky about it. I want you to ask some questions. But like I said, this is a man who has had experience through life's experiences. He's got knowledge that he spews all the time. We're going to give you information how to follow him on Facebook and follow him on Instagram, because listen, every week I'm reading something and internalizing a message that he puts out.
Don't forget the radio station.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that. I was trying to save that for a little bit later on, man. I got you.
We got to put it out there. We got to let them know, man. We got to keep them going, man.
Y'all watch this trailer. Check it out.
So I get up and I run a 40. Everybody gets quiet. And they go, hey, go back and run that again. So I took a good old healthy Budweiser belch, and I went back and I ran again. And the second time I ran this, they were like looking at me like I was an alien or something. They were like, congratulations, you're the fastest wingback in the history of Nebraska football.
The greenhouse by the Bob Devaney Center. You sure you want to know what happened at the greenhouse?
We should do some things that we should have been doing, but we all stuck together.
I mean, there's parties, there's alcohol, there's drugs.
I mean, you party off the field, but you work hard on the field. You got 6 months to play, 6 months off. So my 6 months, I got it in.
21 years old with money, no stability, no guidance. No accountability. It's throwing gas on a fire.
You get this hit where you can hear a rat piss on cotton 2 blocks away, and your eyes get the size of silver dollars, and you're like, oh my God, what is this stuff? I got hooked the very first night I tried.
We had access to anything. 18, 19, 20 years old. If you were in that position, what would you do?
Matter of fact, I even had people that tried to tell me, man, why you still, in other words, why you ain't gave up on your boy? You still hanging with Rick? And I would tell them, That was time Rick was playing pro football on top of the world. He didn't give up on me. That ain't what friends do.
Simmons at the 1, dropped the ball, picked it up immediately. He's to the 5, to the 10, to the 20, to the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Recline.
You know what it is. You know what it is. You know exactly what it is.
Oh, he could be as great as anybody in the NFL. And it's a lot of hard stuff they go through with withdrawals and stuff, but it's hard to beat love.
It's hard. That's a great finishing line right there. You can't beat love. I mean, even the Bible says love conquers all. You can't beat love, man. That's the trailer from your documentary called Look Like Somebody. Just tell the folk what it's all about, man. Put it out there, like you said.
Yeah, well, first of all, Irv, I want to say congratulations on your show. I mean, I'm very proud of you, man, because I was there from day one. And
Yes,
I remember.
you were. Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you for that opportunity. The documentary, I got to thank you for being a big part of that as well. The documentary is basically like I don't know the best way to describe it. It's my life. I'm trying to tell people about my mistakes. And the look like somebody part actually came from my father. My parents are both in heaven right now. I lost them both in 2006. But they were very educated people, both school teachers, master's degrees. So everything in this documentary, I have to take full credit for it because my parents, they didn't have any addictions or anything. You know, I became a genius at 16 and I made all this stuff happen. And I just decided to put it out there to hopefully help someone else not make the choices that I made. That's basically what this is all about. It's giving credit where credit is due. And, you know, like I say, I have to thank so many people. You know, big shout out to WMK for filming it. Big shout out to Randy J. Goodwin for wrapping this thing up for us. You know, I mean, a lot of people in my hometown. I mean, it's just so many people that I have to thank. But the bottom line is this is all set up in honor to make my parents in heaven proud of me. Because they, like I said, I lost them in 2006. I didn't get clean and sober to 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So they never got to see the Ricky that you guys are looking at right now. You know, I was still in the midst of my addiction when they died. And so I've dedicated the rest of my life to making my parents in heaven proud of me. That's what this is all about.
Something inside of me tells me that your parents somehow, some way, though they may have transitioned before you got clean, they knew you were going to get clean. Something inside of me, because of, like, I mean, you mentioned it briefly, of how they raised you. They were educated people, right, and they taught you the right thing. I mean, there are a lot of us who come from dysfunctional backgrounds, dysfunctional home. When we were raised in homes, we would come from dysfunctional homes, and people will sometimes use that as an excuse as to why they are where they are, or why they're not where they want to be or should be, or you know, they'll lean on that and use that as a crutch. But that's not what you talk about. That's not what you preach about. You talk about responsibility. You talk about owning it. You talking about, you know, the choices that we make are ours. Not doesn't have anything to do necessarily with how we were raised or what we saw or exposed to.
It's accountability. You know, accountability is very, very important. And the reason why I say accountability is important, because anybody can find an excuse to justify anything. But when you decide to step up and take credit and be accountable for your actions, then there ain't nobody to blame. You know, you're a human being just like everybody else. So you got to make some choices at some point. And like I said, the ones I made, hey man, I don't want to see nobody make them because, because hey, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I feel extremely blessed just to still be here.
Well, it's
Because,
you and I both. It's the grace of God. You know,
absolutely.
I was running just as fast as you were.
Yeah. Well, we both was busy. I will say that. But what I try to, but one thing about me that's different than most people is I admire people that that own it. But I try, and my goal is to try to educate people without throwing others under the bus. Because to me, that's like making excuses for yourself. No, I ain't got no excuses for what I've done. I made some bad choices. I definitely suffered the consequences. And by the grace of God, I'm still here and still able to help others by sharing my message. And that's what I do. I travel all over the country doing this.
I was going to say you're a national, and I have it in the post that you're a national speaker now. Now a year,
man.
You didn't have that title a year and a half ago.
No.
So bro, the Fryar Place is moving up, but Ricky C. Simmons is making a difference too across this country.
But see, that's the whole thing, Irv. That's why I'm so proud of you, because for a long time I was at this and you were kind of sitting back waiting. And you finally came out of your shell.
No, I was mad. I wasn't waiting for nothing. I was mad. I was pissed off.
I knew that. Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't want to say that. I wanted you to say that.
No, you can look. You knew it. I was, and because you know me, we're the same. I love people. I love people.
Asking you to come on, Irv. You like, nah, man. I ain't trying to hear nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm like, man, come on, Irv. Well, look, man. If you ever change your mind, man, we brothers, so don't worry about it. Just holler at me, and if I can help, I'll help.
Right.
That's why I was giving you your props right off the top, man, because I remember a time when you didn't want to talk to no media, you didn't want to talk to nobody. Matter of fact, it was hard for me to get you on the line.
I'm sorry.
My brother. I'm like, man, my brother won't even answer the phone. It's like I don't know where he at. I wouldn't come and see him.
But yeah, man, I was in a bad state of mind. I really was. And I could, and the thing about it is, though I was distancing myself from everything and everybody, I would still hear your messages. I would still see what you were doing. I was still was able to connect with you indirectly. And those messages, a lot of it would point to me. A lot of it would talk about or would speak how I was feeling. And I was able to identify with a lot of what you were saying and a lot of what you were doing. So it was helping me, though, we weren't really talking, and communicating directly, but indirectly, man, your message and what you were doing and the love you were spreading and the happy that you get your happy on, all of that, it helped to bring me out of the dark place that I was in. People don't really understand that I was in a dark place because I was still doing the things that I needed to do, but I wasn't, internally I was jacked up. Internally I was really messed up.
Well, sometimes when you've had success, our society likes to put you in a box where you're only, you're always going to be successful. And it doesn't work like that. We all go through ups and downs. I mean, you're on top of the mountain, 17 years in the NFL. Come on, man. There's a handful of people can say that, and you're one of them. So, I mean, to fall from grace, as society likes to call it, sometimes it's not the easiest thing in the world to accept or deal with. But, the one thing I had going for me was I knew you before there was anything resembling the NFL.
Right.
I knew you right out of high school.
Right.
So you were my brother.
Right.
And, and I wasn't about to give up on you. And I felt like, it took me a while to figure it out too. And so once I figured it out, I said, well, man, that dude just like me. He gonna figure it out at some point. You just gotta give him some space,
Give me my space.
And one thing I will say that we both possess is, we hard headed. You can't make us do nothing.
Nothing.
Ask, then we'll think about it. Then we do what we gonna do. But no, man, I knew that if I kept staying focused on what I was doing, and I knew the love that we have for each other, I knew that something would get through to you.
Yeah.
And once it did, man, you took off, and
Now, man, I'm gonna have to get a rope and tie around you or
No,
something just
Doc.
so I can keep up with you.
No, you better keep up. Better go get it. Like you said, you better go get it, come back with it, and hurry up.
Hey, hurry up.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Yeah. Hey, Herb, we ain't gonna do it right now. We're gonna
Right
do
now.
RAT now.
Right now.
Hurry up.
Do it right now. Listen,
man.
I want you to comment on this because I actually wrote this down in my Omega book. See that Omega book right there? Yeah.
I see you.
I wrote this down because you posted this the other day. And again, a lot of the things that you post, a lot of the things that you say, is something that speaks of me or speaks out of me. I just can't say it the way you say it. But one of the things you said, the hardest pill I had to swallow was realizing I meant nothing to people who meant a lot to me. Man, when you wrote that and I read that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. That's me. My heart had been broken, and that's where I was in that place where I didn't want to talk to anybody, didn't want to be around anybody, because all these people who I found out I didn't mean anything to them, they were people who meant a lot to me, and that was hard to deal with, man.
Oh man, trust me, I understood that when I posted. I understood it, and the thing is, Irv, it's not like you and I are the only ones that's going through stuff,
Right?
We we're going through our deals, but man, everybody's going through something. Most people just don't want to acknowledge it, or they don't want to admit it, and that's hard to do, man. That's hard for people to do. They think that that's one of those deals where the world is wronging me, woe is me. See, man, come on, man. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but I'll be honest with you, that ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Right.
The key to this whole deal is dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and start over. See, it ain't. That's the one thing I knew. If I didn't know anything else, I knew there was no quit in you. I knew that. But I was just waiting on you to figure that out, because I already knew it. I mean, dude, all them days we was at Nebraska, man, it feel like 30 below wind chill factor. We walking, looking crazy.
Looking crazy. So
looking crazy.
So V, you had to face the same, you had to make the same decision. You had to face the same thing. You were at the bottom. You had hit rock bottom. I mean, that's your message when you go out. Just tell people, because you go around nationally and speaking. Tell everybody who's watching and those who will watching. David Hunt, I see that you're on right now. Keisha, I see you too. God bless you. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. Tell everybody who's watching right now and who will watch. Just tell them what your message is.
Well, the title that it falls under is Redemption is Possible. But in order for me to explain what redemption is possible is, you have to understand where I'm coming from. At 16, I became a genius. I became the smartest human being on the planet. You couldn't tell me nothing because I knew everything.
But listen, there's a whole lot of 16-year-olds like that today.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I can relate to them.
Say you're a genius. I like that. Listen, wait, hold that thought. Everybody who's watching and who will watch this, I need you to make sure you pay attention to what this man is getting ready to say. No, he's not Michael Jordan. No, he's not Oprah Winfrey. No, he's not Barack Obama. But this man here has a wealth of wisdom. He has a wealth of wisdom because of the experiences that he has endured and overcome in his life. And you may not go through the same thing, but some of these principles with regards to how we get through and get to the other side and we're better because of it, this is what you need to hear. Go ahead, Rick. Hit him.
Well, I'll tell you like this. At 16, I became a genius, right? I was so smart, I figured out a way to go all the way to the University of Nebraska on full scholarship. I got drafted into the USFL. My first season in the USFL, I got addicted to cocaine. I went all the way through my rookie season on cocaine, all the way second season through cocaine, then the league folded. I got picked up by the Atlanta Falcons. Before I could play one game with the Falcons, I was a full-blown cocaine addict, didn't know it. cocaine convinced me that football was getting in the way of my using. So I walked away from the NFL to be a full-time drug addict. I went from the NFL to the penitentiary 4 times. I went to 10 drug treatment centers, and I graduated 9 of them. That's how smart I am. So I'm definitely a genius. You can't tell me I'm not. You know, I got the track record to prove it.
I love you, man. I love you. No, that's real. That's real talk.
Yeah, well, see, I'm not going to get on here and sugarcoat it to your, to your followers and your viewers, man, because that ain't real, man. And most people nowadays, you might could have got away with a lot of that back in the day, but man, people smarter than that now, man. They can see through stuff that ain't real.
Right.
So I just tell them the truth. I mean, this ain't really. I'm not really trying to gain popularity here. I'm not trying to make friends here. I'm trying to help people, man, because it's real out here and people is going through some things. And if drugs and alcohol is your deal, man, I got some ideas that may help. And I want that opportunity. And that's what I do by going from California to New York. I mean, Texas to the Dakotas. I go everywhere, man. This is what I do.
Wow. And your message is strong, man. Your message is strong because
what Mr. T said in that movie, I got a whole lot of more.
And the way you present it is so, as a matter of fact, but it's got a twang to it. It's got a twist to it that's a draw. I mean, it really is. People, it's almost surprising to people the way you articulate and how you paint the picture. It's such a draw for people that they might let their guard down and invite you into this situation, and you may be able to help to change their mentality or change the way they're thinking and therefore change the direction they're going in.
Well, Irv, here's the thing with this. I have to be real with people. This is very important to what I do because, see, if I'm real with you and then you still go out and make these choices that, they have these severe consequences, then, you got to take a good look in the mirror at that point. You can't be blaming mom, dad, brother, sister, uncle, nephew, whatever. You can't do all that. Aunt and uncle, no, that don't work. Mm-hmm. This was all on you. And see, and one of my specialties is when I go somewhere and speak, I make sure I take all those, I don't know, excuses. I take them with me. You ain't gonna use them no more. They ain't no good. I already told you about that, so we don't want to hear that.
So how do you do that? How do you take those excuses away? Because that's a skill I need to enhance in my repertoire.
Well, the first thing I do, Irv, is like I said, I throw myself under the bus. And once I get done throwing myself under the bus, whoever's listening in that audience, I would challenge you to say that your life has been rougher or you've been through more. I mean, I'm going to keep it simple for you. Penitentiary 4 times. 10 drug treatment centers, graduate 9 of them. 25 years of active addiction. Hey, man, most of my friends are dead. And the ones that are still alive, a lot of them, they're not able to do what you and I do, Irv.
Right.
I mean, so what I'm trying to say to you is I'm not better than nobody, and that's not my message. My message is, look, everything I'm telling you, you got to ask yourself a question. What do I gain by lying to you about anything? Most people that have been through what I've been through and survived, they don't even want you to know that they done been through it.
Right.
They trying to keep that secret, see? And I don't keep it secret. If it'll help someone else not make the choices I made, come on, man, let's go. Because like I say, I suffer from a disease, Irv, and you know what that disease is. It's called high self-esteem. I love me some me. So it doesn't bother me to throw myself under the bus. Because at the end of the presentation, I still love myself. And I'm very thankful. And I know where my blessings come from. And that makes it easier for me to do what I do.
Right. What's up, David Hunt? I see you, my brother. Thanks for joining in. Chris Womack, all the way up from in Boston. Chris is in Boston, Massachusetts. Chris, if I have to tell you again, my brother, if you don't get off of Facebook and go over to YouTube, every time you come on here, you're on Facebook. Get off my Facebook page. That's why I posted on Facebook, but get off the Facebook page, go over to YouTube, subscribe, search the Fryar Place, subscribe, and watch us on YouTube. at the Fryar Place. It's a better picture. It's 4K. Facebook doesn't present that, doesn't give you that. They don't have all that. Go to YouTube. You can watch it on your TV on YouTube if you want. Richard Melton, good to see you. I think I acknowledged you. I think my sister Hope was on here earlier. Hope is on. I don't know if you remember my sister Hope. You remember my sister Hope? She came to Nebraska. Yeah.
Yes, I do remember. Hope, how you doing, young lady?
she's in Texas. Sister Sally.
You know where I'm from.
Greenville, Texas.
Greenville, Mike. Say
Greenville.
it right now.
Greenville. I said Greenville. I don't have that twang like you, man. Sister Sally, what's going on? I see the trifling ones are watching right now. That's Cyril. He's got a show called The Trifling Ones. It's a podcast. Okay. Cyril Guerra is his name. He's down in, I guess you're in Pompano Beach, somewhere around there, Pompano Beach, Florida. We got folk all over the country. We got Florence Oakman. My aunt is watching. She's all the way in the state of Washington. Yo, we got the four corners covered right here. Boston, Florida, Washington. Good Lord have mercy. That's amazing. Yeah, that's what's up. So Ricky and y'all, if you have any questions, please. Randy's on now. Randy Goodwin.
Randy, what's going on, Randy J. Goodwin?
And is Randy in California?
No, Randy's actually, he's in Omaha right now.
Okay.
Back and forth.
Trifling Ones is in Fort Lauderdale. That Pompano Beach, Fort Lauderdale is kind of the same thing, but to be specific,
we've been down there in Florida. We did a little messing up down there.
Yeah, we was messing up down there too. Michael Lowe, what's going on? Good conversation. Good work, guys. Listen, Michael Lowe, you're on my Facebook. I got to tell everybody this. You're on my Facebook page right now. I need you. I go live on my Facebook page on purpose. Okay, that's why we have 2.4 thousand, 2,400 subscribers right now. But I do that on my Facebook page because I want you, like Randy did, to go to YouTube, search the Fryar Place, subscribe, Fryar. All right, Michael Lowe, I need to see you at Facebook. On YouTube. All right, Trifling Ones is on YouTube. Randy said, "What's up, fellas? I just left Cali and I'm back in Omaha for a couple of weeks. Got a big grand opening happening here for 88 Tactical. Well, Randy, we're gonna have you on the show. David Hunt says I'm in New England territory. We're coming for the Super Bowl." He said we coming for the Super Bowl with Mac Jones this year, but that's a topic for another day. Yes, it's a topic for another day. And yes, we need to wait and see because, Buffalo is, I don't know. At work, Michael Lowe. All right, bro. Okay, well, hang on in there. But Ricky, you have a unique way of looking at life. And this is before we get to the radio station. You have a unique, to me, it's unique because most people, we hear about the bad news every day. You turn your TV on, it's bad news, particularly here on the East Coast, here in New Jersey, Philadelphia, somebody shooting somebody every night. Every day is bad news. We're bombarded with bad news all the time, but you have a different way of looking at life. And you say it or you express it by telling everybody to get they're happy on. Woo! You do it on your Facebook page, you do it on your Instagram. I mean, bro, there's days, listen, there are days now. Days for me now when I'm just sitting, I might not be in a bad mood or anything like that, but then I see you come up, I'm going through my social media and I see you come up and I click that little horn and listen to you. And man, it makes me better. It cheers me up. It changes my disposition. It changes my countenance. It changes my mindset. I'm like, if my friend can be happy like this, doggone it, I need to shake this mess off and be happy too, because it's a choice and it's free. It's free. Right. So just tell everybody what that's all about, man, and where that started and how you're able to keep that momentum, man, because you're a breath of fresh air.
Okay, well, first of all, it started in 2009. I was in prison, and I was not in a good place. Mm-hmm. And I got a letter. I got a letter one day when I wasn't expecting no mail or nothing, because nobody was really writing, sending money or nothing like that. So I'm playing chess, getting beat on a regular, and one day I won a game of chess. Man, you'd have thought I hit the lottery or made parole. I was all excited, and I said, "Yo, dog." I said, "Where you from, man?" He said, "I'm from Omaha." I said, "Yeah, I'm from Texas, but I live in Lincoln, man. When I get out and you get out, I'm going to drive down to Omaha with my chessboard and I'm going to kick your behind again." Dude told me it ain't going to happen. I thought he was just being smarter. So I went on. I said, "Man, set the pieces up. I'm going to go get some coffee out of my cell. I'll be right back." I get to my cell. My celly's sitting in there. He goes, "Yo, man, you know that dude you playing chess with? You know why he here?" I'm like, "Dude, I can't do his time. I'm doing my time." He said, "Well, you might want to read about him." And threw this Omaha World Herald at me and summarizing for time purposes. Dude was doing cocaine one night with a female, man. And he he ran out of dope and he was too high to go get it himself. So he gave her the money and she didn't come back with the dope. Next day, he saw her after he sobered up, man, and he walked up behind her mid-afternoon, man, poured gasoline on him, her and her daughter, and set them on fire. Killed them both.
Wow.
And he's doing double life plus 300 years. That's what he meant. And I was like, oh, man, about this time, this little guard come through. "Inmate Simmons, former Husker superstar." I'm like, man, you better go on before I do something to you. I done heard this bad news about my chess partner. He said, "You got mail." And Irv, I lost it because I thought he was, I thought he was trying to be funny because I knew my parents were in heaven at this point, and they were the only one that would write me. So I was going to do something to this dude that probably would still have me in prison to this day. And he threw this letter up on the door and took off. I guess he saw I wasn't playing. So for some reason I can't explain other than I can just say, God, I stopped and picked that letter up. And when I picked the letter up, it had a big red N in the corner, and it was addressed to me. Man, I immediately felt embarrassed. And the letter was real. I mean, it took me a couple of minutes to open it. When I finally opened it, it was like 3 sentences. It was like, "Dear Ricky, I know your parents believed in you. I believe in you. And upon your release, if there's anything I can do to help you, feel free to contact me." And it was signed Tom Osborne.
Wow.
Right then and there, I fell on my knees and I turned my life over to God. Immediately after I got off my knees, my thinking started changing. And that same little guard that threw the letter under the door, he come back by. "Inmate Simmons, former Husker superstar. How you feel now?" And man, the words that came out of my mouth, man, is what I use for a hashtag. It was like, "It's just another day in paradise." And I mean, it was just that fast, man. And then I started looking for all the reasons I have to be thankful versus all the things that I had to be upset about.
Wow.
And that's where I started putting my focus. And you're right, the television is no help. They love to show you all the, and I don't mean to pick on no networks because I try to work with all of them, but some of them.
You write all of them. They all do. That's news.
Yeah, some of them, they'll start off like this: "Good evening. Welcome to the World News Tonight," or whatever. And then for the first 15 minutes, they tell you how bad things are.
Right.
So I kind of got away from watching the news, and I just started focusing on positive things. If it means turning the TV off, I'll turn the TV off. So my whole thing with this Get Your Happy On is I feel like I've been blessed to have another opportunity at this thing called life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I should waste it. I mean, I already wasted 35 years, so I don't really need to waste anymore. So I just, every day, man, I mean, I consciously get up. I got a routine that I brought home from prison. Don't make sense to nobody but me. Every morning at 3 a.m., I wake up. I turn my life over to Christ. I do a set of spiritual readings. And then I drink coffee out of a prison mug. I mean, I'm not Warren Buffett or nobody. I'm not super rich, but I can afford a coffee mug. But I choose to drink out of a prison mug because it keeps me humble.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute I get up and do those things every morning, then immediately my mind automatically goes to, what am I thankful for? I got a list long enough to reach from here to New Jersey on things I wished I had.
Mm.
But I try not to focus on the things I wished I had. I focus on the things that I do have, and I'd be very appreciative of the things that money can't buy, like my health, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a bunch of people with really deep pockets. When life comes to an end, Father Time undefeated.
You're right. Father Time will do a job on you, bro.
Well, I'm just saying, Father Time, he don't care about how much money you got.
Nope.
So I try to focus on the positive things in life, man. and it's a choice, like you said, it's a choice. I make a choice every day to be positive. Now, is some days harder than others? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now one thing I'm still working on real hard is I don't deal with stupidity very well. When people do stupid things, in my opinion, I need to get them 50 feet, and I do it RAT now.
Rat now.
Rat now. I can't. Stupidity, man. I done been through too much to be doing stupid stuff. I ain't learned nothing else about life. I know stupidity when I see it. But I haven't been sober all that long, but I've been sober long enough to understand what I need to understand. I mean, like I said, I've been sober a little over 13 and a half years. I haven't had a cigarette. I haven't had any alcohol. I haven't did any drugs of any choice. I did splurge last night. I had a raspberry tea. I was living on the edge. I was living on the edge.
I told y'all this man right here. This is my dude right here.
Hey, look, my thing is, and people think this is being smart, but I'm not trying to be smart when I say this. But see, when you've been through what I've been through, I don't want to answer dumb questions. Like, no offense to law enforcement. I think they're very needed. I understand their purpose. But I don't need you stopping me and asking me dumb questions. Like, where am I going? Well, I'm grown. I'm going wherever I want to go. Okay, unless that's against the law. And then the other thing I don't like is, hey, I smell something. No, you smell vanilla. That's the air freshener that I use. I don't like stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, knowing with my past, when they pull me over, I know I need to have at least, well, I always keep a full tank of gas because in case I do get stopped, it's going to take 30 minutes for them to read all this stuff I done done. Okay? It's going to take them 30 minutes, man. I'm going to have that gas on the side of the road.
You better have some gas so you don't run out of gas.
I guess sitting on the side of the road while you read my whole criminal history. So I get all that. So,
oh, Lord.
My thing is, and when they come to the door afterwards, they treat me like I just robbed a bank or something.
Mm-hmm.
You got any drugs or weapons in the vehicle? No, man, ain't got nothing in here. You want to search? Go ahead and search. But the funniest thing about it is, I put my initials, and you've been in my vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I put my initials on the license plate,
mm-hmm.
and everybody at first thought that was vanity. It's RCS 7. That ain't vanity. That's so when they get through reading all that stuff, man, they know I didn't steal the car.
And that's wisdom. That's smart.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because if it said
he didn't do everything under the sun,
yeah,
but with RCS 7 on the plate, at least he didn't steal the car. And that's just.
So we can eliminate that question. Whose car is this?
That we can go on to the next one because they got a ton of them for me, and I know that. So I've done a lot of stuff, man, that that wasn't society acceptable, and I accept that. I'm not proud of it, but I'm man to admit it.
Okay, well, I think we've all done some stuff that was not accepted by society. We just, just
everybody didn't get caught though.
Everybody didn't get caught. Yeah, we just don't know about everybody else.
I got caught.
Jerome Morris, good to see you, man. I got Christopher Womack putting all kinds of focus in on the positive things of life. It's a mindset, yes, to be full-time positive in a negative world. This is a negative world, and it is a mindset to be full-time positive. Now, let me say this, and I'm not trying to be negative. Don't take this as I'm trying to be negative. Yes, we want to be positive, and we always want to look towards a positive. That's what Scripture is. The Bible is the Word of God. It's the truth. It's what's positive. Mm-hmm. It's what helps us and moves us and keeps us and directs us. But let's not be foolish in the fact that we're trying to ignore what's negative. Let's be mindful of the negative, focus on the positive, but be mindful of the negative, because we always have to operate, yes, in a positive mindset, but knowing that there's negative always there, that's the wisdom in trying to maneuver through the negative with the positive. So we have to be mindful of the negative, because folks still killing folk. That's real, And
see, Herb, that's where the 50-foot rule come in.
Yeah.
I need 50 feet.
50 feet.
Doing negative. Yeah, I need 50 feet, and I need the RAT now. And I can't understand why someone can't understand that. If you want to be negative, do it over there. I mean, like way over there.
Over there.
Yeah, over there.
Over there.
Over there. Hey, man, from Texas, man. man. I can't help myself.
I know, I love your twang, bro. I just can't copy it. That's all.
Yeah, well, no, that's all good. I got you covered. Smurf, don't worry about it. I got you. But here's the deal, man. When you know right from wrong, just avoid the things that you know.
Right.
I mean, a lot of it, like this right here ain't gonna make no sense to nobody but me. I spend a lot of time alone. See, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not psychic. I can't read nobody else's mind, and I'm not really trying to. But I know what Ricky gonna do. So I spend a lot of time alone, and I have gotten to the point to where after 13 plus years of clean and sober, I love being by myself. I mean, because that way I ain't got to look over my shoulder, man, because I'm not trying to predict what someone else will and won't do. And I'm not here to try to tell someone else how to live. And I'm definitely not going to do God's job of judging nobody. I'm just going to give them space.
Boy, I love you, man. All right, two more questions. I'm going to ask you. The second question is going to be about the radio station because we almost done. But I want you, somebody who may be struggling. John Ways, what's going on? Hey, John Ways. God bless you, bro. Thanks for being with us today. Someone who's struggling with addiction, whatever that kind of addiction may be, or someone who's just struggling right now with obviously being positive or, seeing themselves in a way that God sees them so that they can, have a positive, energetic outlook on their lives. What's your message to them, that person that may be struggling in their life, whether it's with an addiction or just struggling in their lives? What's your message to them? What would you tell them?
My message to them is real simple. It starts with self-talk. You gotta do positive self-talk. I mean, because unfortunately, waiting on someone else to encourage you may not happen. See, I talk positive things to me every day. I mean, I give myself credit when no one else does. And that's part of the thing I call high self-esteem. I'm not saying everyone has to have that, but that's what helps me. I choose to give myself credit every day for something. If it ain't no more than, man, I was able to get up and dress myself today. Or, man, I was able to fix me something to eat today. I mean, those things that most people take for granted, if you have the ability to do these simple things, give yourself a shower. Man, I take a shower every day. And one thing about me, once I take that shower and put on some cologne, oh man, you can't tell me nothing. I'm setting the grand. And that lays the foundation for my day. So I think the most important thing is self-talk. You have to be positive with yourself. I mean, because if you walk outside right now and look for somebody to just out of the clear blue just to give you a random compliment, man, that probably ain't going to happen. And truth be told, I wouldn't look for that no way, because from what I see, people aren't very good at taking compliments no more. You know what I mean? You give a person a compliment now, you might end up in a courtroom.
Right. Sexual harassment.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm a gentleman. I'm from the South. Like, I open doors for women. I don't need nothing from you. I'm just trying to be nice, Sometimes I open the door for people, man, they're like, I work at that store. Man, I don't work here. I just, trying to be nice.
I'm
just trying to be nice.
But you're right, though. That's something that I've said on numerous occasions where, and the Bible tells us, the Apostle Paul says that we have to speak over ourselves, that we have to learn how to bless ourselves and to speak blessings over our lives, affirm ourselves, because the one person that we hear talk more than anybody else is ourselves. Who do we talk to? Who do we hear talk more than anybody else?
I don't know if you saw my post. I don't know if you saw my post yesterday. I think I said something about, if you see me talking to myself, just move along.
Yeah.
I'm self-employed.
Yeah. We're having a meeting right now, an employee meeting. Yeah. I saw that one. Yeah.
But see, Irving, let me tell you this before I forget too. This is something that's very important. I want all your viewers to listen to. When in 05, I was back in Texas taking care of my parents, and I wasn't healthy at that time, but I was there. And I put my parents to bed every night about 10 o'clock, and then I go up in the other section of the house and do what I do. And one night, I had the house real quiet so I could hear if they called me. One night, I heard clink, clink, clank. My dad was coming up the hall. He's like 80 plus on a walker. He got outside my door. My dad, he wasn't no guy. He was real loud guy. Ricky, I scared the mess. I'm in the room doing what. I come out in the hallway. I'm like, yeah, what's going on, big man? He said, he knew what I was doing. He said, boy, I need you to promise me 3 things. I was like, okay, big man. He said, no, say you promise. I said, I promise, Daddy. He said, son, don't you never give up. And I said, okay, Dad, I'm not going to give up. He said, and at some point, son, put God in your life. I'm like, Dad, it won't be tonight, but I will at some point. And then the third thing, he said, every day you blessed to see, you get up and you look like somebody, and you do that for me. And he clanked, and walked away. The next day, he had a stroke and never talked to me again. That's why my documentary is titled Look Like Somebody. And that's why I'm so highly motivated.
Yeah, that's wow. You got a great story, man, and it's a blessing to be able to be a part of it, to be able to hear what you have. And I said Paul earlier, but it's David. King David said, "Encourage yourself in the Lord your God."
Absolutely.
And yeah, we have to learn how to do that, man. Well, that's just a great story, and you're living, like you said, in honor of your parents, in honor of your father. Look like somebody, yeah. Look like somebody, because guess what? You are somebody. Yeah,
well,
each and every one of us.
And see, and they thought they knew that from the start. Because I mean, it's much more to my story than what we're going to be able to cover in your show. But I mean, my parents came through when, I was 4 days old, dude, and I was in the hospital as a John Doe. A lot of people don't know that. Clyde and Bertha Simmons, who I call my parents, who named me, they just showed up when I was 4 days old and said, "We'll take him."
We'll take him.
See,
wow.
So I don't take nothing for granted, man. I mean, everything, I believe God's in control of everything.
Yes, he is.
And that's where my head is, man. I mean, and I'm trying to help people. Yeah, I don't care if y'all laugh at me because all the stuff I've been through. So what? I laugh at me too.
Listen, let me hit the comments, man, because hope somebody got a comment. Richard Melton has a comment here. Let me put it up. First, I want to thank Ricky for sharing his life nationally for a purpose to help others. I would like to hear what you think about mental illness. Is mental illness a disability or an excuse?
Boy, I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I'm not a mental health specialist. But I will say this, and this is not a knock against mental illness. I know that it is real, but my mother whooped mental illness out of me as a child.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. This is serious. I'm sorry because I'm reminded. I'm reminded of my mama whooped me and whooped the mental illness out of me too.
We had this thing when I was a child called discipline. I think they call it child abuse now, but that took care of all the things that I could have used as an excuse for mental illness. But I'm not saying mental illness isn't real. I'm just saying I don't understand it because I'm not a mental health specialist.
Mental illness, if I can say this, mental illness is a disease. It's real. And people who legitimately have or suffer from mental illness, it's not an excuse. There's therapy that they need in order to help them. There are even medicines that they need to be prescribed to help them. So mental illness is not an excuse. I
believe it's real.
Yeah, those who suffer from mental illness, that's a legitimate illness. It's a legitimate disease that they have that they need actual medical attention to help them to deal with. So, but it has to be diagnosed by an expert. I'm sure there may be some people who walk around talking about they have mental illness and that enables them to do whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah,
that is not.
That's
Yeah,
the one I'm trying to reach.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm trying to reach.
because when people, and sometimes people don't want to get well. Watch this, Rick. Sometimes people don't want to get well. Why? Because now there's expectations of you if you're okay.
They'll come.
If there's nothing wrong with you and you're of good sound mind and you're strong and you can, walk down the street, you're capable of getting a job. Now those expectations people start placing on you, and people sometimes don't want to get well. They'll play that card like there's something wrong with me to continue to allow themselves to feel as though they're entitled, and to have people feel guilty for where they are and to assist them through their lives. So you have to be careful, but mental illness needs to be diagnosed by a professional. Yes, mental illness it's a disease. So Rick, before we go, two things. You got a radio show now. Moving on up, bro. You like the Jeffersons, Doc. You hit me with that radio. You just started the radio show a couple of months ago, I believe it was. But again,
was my first,
listen, I don't have no radio show, man. Look, I just got a little podcast. This is mine. I don't have no sponsors. I mean, I got a couple sponsors, but I don't have no big time radio show like you. What's up with the radio show? How can people find you? Because I believe we can listen to you from over here on the East Coast or anywhere in the country.
Anywhere in the country. You can go on Facebook and look up 93.7 The Ticket. It's an FM sports talk show in out of Lincoln. I do a show every Sunday night, which is 8 to 9. It's called the Get Your Happy On Hour. It's 8 to 9 Central Standard Time. I believe that'd be 9 o'clock to 10 your time on the East Coast. But yeah, I do a show once a week, and even though it's a sports talk show, I just talk about positive things. I have guests on that. Irving has been a guest, and I have several other people that are going to be guests in the future. And basically what we do is we talk about the positive things in life. I feel like society already got negativity covered, so I don't need to feed that. And if you don't feed it, it can't grow.
Well, see, I told y'all he's the simplest things that he says just have phenomenal meaning and just carry and resound in your heart, in your mind, and in practical works in life. So say the name of the station again, or the number.
It's 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket. Yeah.
Yeah, they do have it's an FM station, but they do have a Facebook Live, and so they stream all the shows live on Facebook. And for those of you that are interested, I'm all over Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And my handle is at Ricky C. Simmons on everything. I keep it really simple. I have a very large vocabulary, but I choose not to use it because I'm trying to reach people. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to talk over anyone's head. Mm-hmm. That's why you hear me talk so simple and so, my choice of words are very, very easy to understand, because when you start using what I call $15 words, sometimes the message gets lost in the presentation.
And sometimes that turns people off too. Why he got to use all them big words? I can't understand what he's talking about. And listen, most people only understand at a third or fourth grade level. So,
and that could be the case too. See,
yes.
And a lot of times I'm trying to reach people that society don't even want to acknowledge.
Right. That's right.
So I have to go where I have to go. Last thing I'll say is this to everybody: I'm a speaker. Irving's a pastor. I go where I have to go.
Wait a minute. I go where I have to go.
Let me finish.
No, you say what you have to say.
Yeah. I have a G-rated version. That's for churches. I have a PG for schools. For treatment centers, I have an R, and for prisons, I have an X. I go where I gotta go.
And he goes where he has to go, and he says it however it needs to be said. He can articulate it from the bottom to the top.
Boy, I'm like all outdoors. You can't miss me.
And then from the top to the bottom, he can hit you right where you are. That's the man right there.
Wherever you at, I can go get you. Go get it and come back with it and hurry up.
Y'all, that's my dude right here. It's 105. Ricky, thank you for being with me today. We're going to bring you back on, too. We're not going to wait a year. We're going to bring you back on because I know something's going to move and shift for you here pretty soon. Where should people kind of be looking out for the documentary?
Well, when you have Randy J. Goodwin on your show,
he just said something. Get your happy on. He's on in the comments right now.
Yeah, well, that's a question for Randy.
Okay,
I'm
Randy.
gonna let Randy handle that.
Okay, Randy, you need to put in the comments what's going on with the documentary, you know, where we need to start kind of looking forward, or what the timing of it might be or may be. I know it just finished, so you know, you're seeking to try to get it out there. So Randy J. Goodwin, y'all see him in the comments. He's right there. Let me put the comments scene up here. And
Man, let me give you a little background on Randy.
Okay.
Randy has spent 30 years in Hollywood. He's in the 1% of actors that are still being booked.
Wow.
You guys Google this dude, you will see that this guy is very well known. Some of y'all gonna recognize him, but I will promise you, he's a straight up guy, and I got all the faith in the world that this documentary is gonna get some traction. But I'm putting it on Randy.
Randy, it's on you, Randy. It's all on Randy.
You, Randy.
I don't know if that's fair or not, but Ricky has said it, so it shall be. It's all on Randy.
Hey, look,
not Tito, Randy.
Randy. R-A-T now, Randy.
Not Michael, Randy.
No, Randy, not Jermaine.
Not Jermaine, Randy.
Randy.
V. Clyde, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Much love. You know it, Doc. Yes, sir. All day long, every day.
Too,
appreciate you.
Irving, whenever you need me, you call me, man. You got my number. You know how to reach me, and if I can help, just consider it done.
And vice versa, bro. You know that. That's how we roll.
Appreciate it.
It's like
Thank
that.
you for being a guest on my show a couple of weeks ago. That meant a lot to me.
Yes, sir. We brothers for life, bro.
Absolutely. You can't get rid of me, man.
No, can't nothing change that, man. Can't get rid of me. Can't nothing change it. Nothing. It's all good.
I mean, it's not gonna ever happen. So
not gonna ever happen.
I'll let your boy.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. God bless you.
All right.
Thanks for being with us. All right.
No problem.
Woo, y'all. That was. I told you. All you have to do, y'all follow him at Ricky C. Simmons, whether it's Instagram or whether it's on Facebook. Ricky C. Simmons, and you'll get a daily dose of what you need, at the least, to maintain a positive outlook on life. Because that brother right there, he's been through hell and he's made it. He survived it, and not just survived it, but he's on the other side of it, and he's thriving. And that's what we all want. That's what we all need. We all have issues. We all have challenges. We all go through, but we need people like that to testify, to let us know that, yeah, you're not the only one that's dealing with this kind of situation. You're not the only one that has issues. We all have issues. Everybody that you see every day in your life is dealing with some kind of fire, is dealing with some kind of issue in their life. That's why we need to be kind to one another. That's why we need to look out for one another, because you never know what somebody's dealing with, but they're dealing with something. So I want to thank all of you. First of all, let me thank my brother again, Ricky Simmons, for being with us today and just spreading love. That great message. I told you, Fryar Place is the place where the conversations are fire. Y'all gonna stop sleeping on this podcast. Folk need to stop sleeping on this podcast. We bring in some real people with real conversations. We ain't just talking about sports. We're not just talking about, that kind of stuff where, not a lot of people can identify. I know people like to hear about sports and like to hear the stories that come with that, but we talk about real life stuff. And that has taken place with every sports or athlete that I've had, and every person that's come on that was a therapist. And, I've had financial experts on, I've had actors and actresses on here. And we all get to the point in the show where we're talking about the real stuff. We're talking about real life issues, real life challenges that happen to all of us, and how we overcome them and the victories that follow. Y'all, love y'all. I appreciate everybody who's with us. Yeah, thank you, David Hunt. I got to holler at you, David Hunt. You're a musician. I need to holler at you, bro. But y'all, thank you for being with us today, for being with me today. Again, don't forget, we're on iHeartRadio. Oh, is that up there? Did that come up? I don't think it came up. Okay, it's not going to come up. But we're on iHeartRadio. You can go to iHeartRadio, download the app, search the Fryar Place. You can listen to us on iHeartRadio. Oh, There it was. It came up. There it is. Yeah, we're on iHeartRadio. Please don't forget about Press and Sew. You're looking for Fryar Place merch, like this T-shirt I have on right here. Right there. The Fryar Place. Y'all know that's hot. Yep. Got them in gold, got a purple, they're in black. Check us out. All right. Don't forget about Press and Sew. PRSS, the letter NSOW.com/TFP, the Fryar Place. All right, y'all. Appreciate all of you for being with us today. Thank you, our regular watchers who watch us live. There are a lot of people who watch You Need It in Black, Chris. Well, go to Press and Sew and get you one in black. When you purchase merchandise from Press and Sew, PressandSew.com/TFP. When you purchase merchandise, the proceeds, I don't get any of it. The proceeds go to charity. All right. Press and Sew, that company is connected, and they are well known, and they do nonprofit work. So I let them select where it goes. I can actually give you that information if you want, where the charities are and what is actually being fed through the proceeds that come through Press and Sew. You need to holler at me too, Melton, Richard Melton. Run me my I got a T-shirt for you. That's right. You won that contest, so I owe you a T-shirt. You're right, Richard. I want to make sure I'm good on all my promises. I got you. You need to holler at me. Send me an email. Tell me which one you want. Send it to the Fryar Place at gmail.com. All right. Send it to that email right there. Right there. Oh, no. Right. Oh, that's the other side. Right there. Yeah. There it is. Send an email there. Richard, you have that email address. All right. Let me know what color you want, exactly which one you want. Y'all, I'm out. Got to get out of here. Let me holler at all y'all who are with us. And Chris Womack, I need you to go over to YouTube, bro. Get off Facebook. Go to YouTube. Chris Womack, Richard Melton, Florence Oakman, David Hunt, God bless you. Appreciate all of you. Randy J. Goodwin. Yeah, thank you, my brother, for being with us today, for chiming in. Wanda Cunningham, thank you. Hope Wiley, yep, it's 93.7, The Ticket. That's where you'll find Ricky. Robert Bevins, thank you. John Ways, yeah, just shouting you out. David Hunt, I said David Hunt. John Ways again. Mama, shouting you out. Mama said, love this man. Ricky is on fire. Great message. Yes, he does carry a great message. He has a great way of presenting it, and he's just my dude. Jerome Morris, thank you for being with us today, bro, for chiming in, for hanging in there with us. Michael Lowe, yes, sir. The trifling ones, I don't know if you're still with us. Junior, what's going on? Bless you, bro. Happy Founders Day to you. I Want to Be a Q. I got that song from you yesterday, too. When you posted that, I downloaded that. I Want to Be a Q. That, or I'm a Q. Yeah, it's called I'm a Q. I love that song. I'm going to do a video to that song. Hope. Who else? Let me see. I got to get out of here. Sister Sally. I said the trifling ones. Sister Sally, God bless you. Thank you. Wanda Cunningham, I said you. Keisha, thanks for being with me today. Robert Bevins, I think I called your name. Darrell, Carolina. Yeah, thank you. You were, man, I truly appreciate your ministry and these convos. I played the organ at a funeral at CCU some time ago. Okay, God bless you, bro. Stephanie Heath, what's going on? I don't know if you're still with us or not, but thank you for chiming in, logging in, putting a comment in the comment section for a minute there. I don't know, you're probably off and running, doing something, singing along the way. Kiki, God bless you. I think that's it. Y'all, I'm out of here. We are going to be back next week. Armand Green is supposed to be back with us next week. Sometimes things change. I'll let you know, but we'll be back next week, same time, same place. Yeah, right here at the Fryar Place where the conversations are fire, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for your support, and God bless you. We're out. Stay safe. One love.